guys doing? Welcome to Motorcycle Madhouse, baby! Wake and bake, baby! 441, that's the episode we're on today, and it's gonna be a little bit different, man, a little bit different. Usually I cover the biker news. I'm going to cover one story that I can tell you, but the rest of the biker news is going to be coming on tomorrow's episode, and there is a lot going in on the biker stuff right now. But boy, oh boy, do I have to address some stuff. And you know what? One of the things that I really enjoy about bringing the content to you, whether it be our podcast over on the podcasting platforms or YouTube or Facebook, is I'm able to get information out to our community. And yes, it is the biker community, because you know what? God forbid we don't have our own community, because everybody else has theirs, man. So why not us? But we need to be informed, and some of the stuff that is coming out of the news today is just downright ridiculous. Ridiculous, man. Sad state of affairs is what I'm saying. I am pumped up right now, and I get this country is going through hell in a handbasket right now, and I'm not talking about this election BS, man. Let's push that aside, okay? That's gonna resolve itself one way or the other. I don't care about that right now. What I do care about is this freaking nonsense that's happening with these legislatures. It's driving me up the damn wall. There's been a lot of people, I'm talking lots of people, who have lost their businesses, have lost their jobs, and in some cases, their life, because they could not handle all the pressures of what's going on under a bunch of dictators. Illinois being one of them. You know what I find funny is how they want to lay down these edicts and then they don't want to follow them themselves. And the reason why I'm so pumped up right now is I'm hoping, I'm praying that you people within the biker community will actually get on the phones with your reps and start tearing their butts up. I'm talking tear them up. That said, all the people, again, that's lost their businesses, their jobs, homes, worrying about if they're going to be kicked out of their homes that they've been paying forever. They just came out with some of the writing on this stimulus deal. And it's funny. Even AOC came out and said, you know what? They make us vote on something we haven't even read. Yes, they're voting on something they have not even read. They want to send you $600. $600. While you lost your job, your business, your house, your health, they want to send you $600. But here's where they want to send some other stuff. It's called the $1.4 billion. Yeah, that's a B. There's something called the Asia Reassurance Initiative Act, which includes $130 million to Nepal, $135 million to Burma, $85.5 million to Cambodia, again, $700 million to Sudan, and wait, they want to send $10 million for gender programs in Pakistan. You can't tell me that's not an absolute disgrace. Our people in this country are suffering while them freaking idiots in Washington are writing checks with your money. Every time you get a paycheck, people, look at it. Look at your paycheck. You'll see federal taxes and all that good stuff being taken out. That's where they're sending your money. To other countries. And if that's not bad enough, the ones who've been crying about this coronavirus vaccine, you know, before the election, it was all BS, BS, BS. Oh, no, it can't be healthy. It can't be healthy. Now, all of a sudden, guess who's lined up first to take it? Oh, yeah. Before our elderly. Before those that have pre-existing conditions can get it, they're taking it. Yeah, they're taking it. I have not seen so much nonsense in my lifetime, and I know politics suck. But this has to do with our money. Our money. I hate GOPers, and I sure to hell hate the left. They do not care about you, but the problem is you people vote for them time after time after time. That's why they're in their positions for 50 years. It's because of you. You have the right to vote. Use it. If you really thought they cared about you, you're a joke, because they don't. How can you tell all those people? I see it all over the news. Losing their businesses. Well, we'll give you $600. But, you know, for democracy's sake, we're going to send Sudan $700 million of your money. The money taken out of your paycheck. I don't know about you, but I'm pretty fired up about that one. I'm fired up about $85.5 million to Cambodia, $135 million to Burma, $130 million to Nepal, $1.4 billion, you know, all this money that comes out of your check. Out of your check. And now they have something about $10 million to gender programs in Pakistan. When, you know what, these political classes, they're all together, people. Both parties. What they do to obtain power and to keep the power is to keep us divided in tribes. That's what they're doing. That's why you had that turtle of a Senate Majority Leader in the GOP beg everybody, don't contest this. Because it's going to go back to business as usual. They make themselves... Ask yourself this. Ask yourself this. They make $130, $140, $150-something thousand a year. But they're multi-millionaires. Multi-millionaires. You don't think something's going on in the back room? Anybody from the streets can tell you that's going on. But it's us as the American people that keep sending them back. Every 2 years, these people in the House come up for frickin' election. And guess what? You idiots vote for Democrat or you vote for Republican. That's what you dummies do. All the frickin' time. And you keep sending the same people back and back and back. And they don't care nothing about you. Nothing whatsoever. In my area, I know at least 2 independent bike shops that closed. 2. I don't know how many bars that I know, because I used to own a bar, so I knew a lot of people. And many of them are shut down now for good. Because of these restrictions. What are you going to do? Go over there and hand them $600? $600. That's what you're going to hand them. After they lost everything. I think this is a disgrace. And I hope to God, again, you guys get on the phone. Don't be nice. I sure the hell wasn't nice. Hell no, I wasn't nice. Screw that crap. Mean what you say to these people. Let them know, you asshole, we're the ones who run stuff, not you. I don't care what your feelings are. I don't care the way you look at an issue. You represent a district. You vote our way, not yours. You know, I always said if I had a time machine, I'd go back to right before the signing of the Constitution and tell the states, you're better off by your damn self than to sign this piece of paper throwing your rights to a federal government. It's no longer about state rights. It's no longer about that. That's what the Civil War was fault, and the one side that was right lost. So now it's about a monarchy. Well, we don't have a king. Yes, yeah, you do. You're voting in people for 40, 50 years. That's a king. That's a monarchy. Hell, monarchies haven't even lasted as long as these people have been in office. Are you going to be able to pay a rent with the $600 check? While Sudan gets $700 million to spread among their people. Or if you are going to take the vaccine, which, you know, I'm going to bring something up that you might not want to take this sucker. But if you did, you want to wait in line from these elites? They'll run. Oh, we're just showing people it's safe. No, it ain't. You're going up pushing in line. Who are you kidding, man? See, that's the thing. These people think you are dumb. They think you're dumb. And by God, maybe they're right. Maybe they're right. Because sure to hell vote for them enough. $700 million to Sudan, man. I couldn't believe that one. Or $10 million for gender. Whatever the hell it is over in Pakistan. While I know people personally that's lost almost everything they have. When does it stop? When do we get some balls and say enough's enough? When do we stand up and say this is our country? We don't approve of this any longer. And by God, we're tired of it. You would hope that breaking point is almost there. God forbid what's going to happen in the next 4 years. Are they going to go back for the TPP? Yeah, that Trans-Pacific Agreement where all our jobs go over to Asia. Is that why you're giving these Asian countries all this money? Yeah, I know one's in Africa, but is that why you're doing it? Are you paying a bribe off or something? God forbid it ain't you the one putting your check into this. It's hard-working American people doing it. Hard-working. Hell, waitresses, bartenders, none of them can work because of these lockdowns. None of them. And you want to give them $600. Here you go. Be a nice freaking sheep and get out of our way. $600, man. Insane. Insane. Take a look at this real quick. This is from Tim Tierney, where it says actually in the bill right there, for an additional amount for economic support fund, $700 million to remain available until September 30th of 2022, which shall be for assistance for Sudan, and which may be made available prorated, that up to $100 million of such funds be transferred to and merged with funds made available under the heading Global Health Problem. If you guys actually, because me, I'll look at this stuff. I'm real big into this legislative stuff, man. Not only biker rights stuff, but other stuff. I like knowing what's going on in this country. Many people, and this is the problem, they're not informed whatsoever. They don't know nothing of what's going on. Nothing whatsoever. Hold on a second here. See if I can find this here. Look reps at home. Anyway, there's this one website that you can see the voting records of your representative. And a lot of people don't even check that out. Very easy stuff. It's called govtrack.us. And it tells you everything that's going on within our government. I suggest to go ahead and take a look at that. You know, being a part of, say, ABATE, they have the information on what legislation they're fighting for. That, as well as MRF, AMA. That's why you want to be a part of some of these organizations, is because you know what's going on. Yes, it might be for something that you're zeroing in on, that it represents your interest, but you got to look into these other organizations, what they're pushing for money-wise. Our kids haven't been in school since all this happened. And they're fine with that. You know why they're fine with that? Because of the teachers' unions. That's why they're fine with it. They're indebted to them. The whole state of Illinois is almost bankrupt because of the pensions these idiots keep on giving them. So what's this all have to do with bikers stuff? You know, because I'm going to get it. I'm going to get that one. Watch the comments. It has everything to do with us. Because I don't care if we're a scooter tramp. I don't care if we're a rub. I don't care if we're white, black, Hispanic. They take the money out of our paychecks. They take it out of our paychecks. That's why it matters. Exactly why it matters. We can't have this no more. Why should we help another country when our people are suffering? Why? Why should we help another country when most of our people don't have medical insurance and can't see a doctor? And don't give me that Obamacare crap. That thing's a joke. The cheapest stuff I found on there is like $500 a month. Then you got like a $7,500 deductible. That is a joke. A joke. But we just send $700 million to Nepal instead of $700 million to the people who need it. We got vets living on the street right now in 10 cities out in LA and all over the country. But we got to make sure they're all right. Well, that's in the interest of the United States. We're supposed to lead. You know how sick and tired of that I'm hearing? I'm sick and tired of hearing it. We're supposed to help others. No, you help your own first. Those that are living in other countries that are listening in on this, you guys probably got it right, because you probably take care of your own before you send any aid to anybody else. You know, that is the, you know, I know a lot of countries have a lot of problems against the United States. Well, they're always trying to push their nose into every damn thing. That's the problem. And we let them. I suggest everybody get on the phone with their congressman, their senator, and blow their phones up and give them hell, man. Stop being nice. The only thing these people understand is strength. Because if they know they're about to lose their damn job, they do something for you. The GOP is going to learn that in 2022. They're going to get their asses kicked for what they're doing. So let me take a quick break here, calm my thoughts down a little bit, and then we're going to go to maybe why you don't want to take this vaccine, man. I don't think you might want to do this, man. Let me hit you up on the other side.
Hi, I'm James Hollywood Machikari. Join me Monday through Friday for Motorcycle Mayhem Morning Show on YouTube Live, Facebook, and all major podcasting platforms where we talk about all the major biker news going on in the scene. Rock on! Get your most unbiased and trusted biker news now at HarleyLiberty.com. Founded in 2012, Insane Throttle Biker News has been the place that all bikers come for what's happening in the scene. Go over now and bookmark HarleyLiberty.com. Rock on! Hi, I'm Hollywood.
And I'm China Doll. Listen to the Hollywood and China Doll Evening Show, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and all major podcasting platforms. And don't forget to subscribe to our brand new YouTube channel.
Rock on!
Rock on! Don't forget to go visit us over at Hollywood in China Doll, baby. Now, here is the reason. And again, I'm going to get back to the biker news tomorrow, but I felt this is something that was important that I had to get out to you guys, let you know what's going on, because, again, I know a lot of people don't get into this stuff, but they should know where their money that is coming out of their check is going. But here is another reason I think that you shouldn't be messing with this COVID-19 stuff, man. I don't think you should do it. I know I have a ton of underlying conditions, but I won't. Nope, not happening. Not happening. Forbes, and it is a, they call it a trustworthy service, warns, and these are researchers, of COVID-19 vaccines could increase risk of HIV infection. This by Robert Hart. Some of the COVID-19 vaccines currently in development, which they already, because this is about a month old, I think it is, could increase the risk of acquiring HIV, warned a group of researchers in the Lancet Medical Journal, potentially leading to an increase in infections as vaccines are rolled out to vulnerable populations around the world. Here's the key facts of this. The researchers warn of a cautionary tale from efforts to create an HIV vaccine over a decade ago, which we still haven't got one. And what's interesting about HIV, if you ever did your study, it goes all the way back to 1920. 1920 is when they first, were able to trace it back. It probably goes back into the late 1800s. But because it came from the Congo, I believe it was, and, deep-ass jungles. There was no transportation systems back then. It didn't get out until all the transportation hubs got modernized, so it got out. So it goes all the way back into then, and I still don't understand how they can't get a frickin' vaccine for it. But they're saying after a year, they got this COVID-19 one. Very suspicious. See, you know what? I do a lot of thinking, man, analyzing, which you have to sit down and do. It promises a vaccine candidate actually increased risk of some men catching the virus. The vaccine made use of a modified virus called adenovirus, AD5, as a vector to transport some of HIV's genetic material into the body. Exactly how the vaccine increased the risk of HIV transmission is unknown, but a conference convened by the National Institute of Health recommended against further use of AD5 as a vector in HIV vaccines. Guess who was the lead author on this paper? None other than Dr. Anthony Fauci. Yeah, the one that everybody's supposed to believe that goes back and forth, which happens to also be the guy who ruined the response to AIDS in the 80s. Mm-hmm. Him. 85 is used, and he's also the one saying it's safe now to take this vaccine, by the way. 85 is used as a vector in some COVID-19 vaccines. Science identifies 4 such candidates that are currently undergoing the clinical trials, which it keeps on going, including the U.S., 2 large-scale phase 3 in Russia and Pakistan. The researchers stressed the need to understand the role of 85 might play in increasing the risk of HIV in vulnerable populations before developing and deploying vaccines using the vector, adding that informed consent documents should reflect the considerable literature on the risk of HIV acquisition with 85 vectors. Lots of the vaccines make use of modified viruses to transport material in the human body. Many make use of a modified adenovirus to do this, a virus which is usually harmless, except the ability to cause the common cold. Some of the leading candidates for COVID-19, including those from Johnson & Johnson and AstraZeneca, use adenoviruses as vectors. Now, there's no evidence that those vectors increase the risk of HIV infection, but it went public because 85 vaccines for COVID might soon be tested in populations with high HIV prevalence. Wow. That's all I have to say on that one, man. Oh my God. So, what do you guys think of that, man? I don't think I'll be taking that anytime soon. And besides that, with it only being like 8 or 9 months and they rushed this crap through, nah, man, I'd be one of them guys that'll wear a mask for the next couple years, because you watch, man, these people are going to turn into vampires or something like that movie The Legend, because nobody knows about this damn thing. And they're just, everybody, I get it. It's on you to decide if you want to take a vaccine or not. But with the trustworthiness of this government, I don't know. You can't trust them. You can't trust pharmaceutical. The same pharmaceutical companies that are paying out billions of dollars to keep weed illegal. Come on. Illegal. And it has more freaking medicinal properties than any of that freaking poison that they're pushing out. But that's how the world works. The world works by nothing but money, money, money. Those that got it, they get by easy. Those that don't, they look down at like you're nothing but a nuisance. And it's pretty funny how they got carte blanche over all the money we send to them in Washington, D.C. And to do what they're doing now with this stimulus package, and again, there's been AOC, there's people I would never agree with coming out and say, well, how the hell are we supposed to vote on this if we don't know what's in it? That's what they always do. That's what they did with the Obamacare. They pushed it right through right away. That's how they do these things. There's only a few people running this country. Don't kid yourself. And again, I know I'm going to get the stupid comments about, and this really ain't political if you ask me. This has to do with your wallet. This has to do with your, your personal income going to somebody else in a different country, and it's supposed to go to our people. But you're only going to get it like a $600 rebate. That's what they're going to name it, man, a $600 rebate. That's what they think of you, is $600. Just think what that 1 point something billion dollars they're sending over to Asia could have increased the money that this country, these people in our country could have got. Instead of $600, it could have been back up to $1,200, $1,500 a month. But no, They're laying the foundation to get right back in bed with Asia and screw you over. How much you bet that you're going to start seeing auto workers out of jobs, coal miners out of jobs, manufacturing out of jobs, because they're going to be selling out to everybody. It's back to that globalist market, and you know what? We have nobody to blame but ourselves. And that's why I kind of equate that with what's going on at the country to the biker level with the profiling stuff. We never get involved. Well, I do. But a lot of people don't get involved with some of these organizations I talk about, not even support them. And then they'll go around and cry and whine about how the cops treat them, or they just got profiled, where we said, well, we told you so. This is what's going on. But you said before that it wasn't. It's only until it affects you that something starts happening. And I hope this is something that starts it all for everybody. Because I know my audience is hurting. I do. And I feel sorry for everybody that's hurting right now. I'm hurting, you're hurting, everybody's hurting. And we have a tight-knit community on this show, and that's why I wanted to bring this to you guys and gals. Because bikers, you know why they're afraid of bikers? They know we can organize, just like we organized in Texas. Popeye and OG from that Texas Biker Radio were behind that 100%. 100% to get Abel Reyna out of office. You know what? For those people who say it can't be done, you're wrong. Here was an incumbent for the Republican Party in deep Texas who got beat by 20 points because bikers mobilized together. When we have a common issue, bikers do need to come together. And this is a common issue. Everybody should be on them phones, yelling, screaming, calling them MFers, anything that you can come up with. Boy, I call them more than that, I can tell you that. My rep, that Kinzinger, that idiot. You know, he's no good but putting money in his pockets, the damn rhino prick. But hopefully Popeye and OG is going to be talking about this because they do a lot. If you guys ain't watching Texas Biker Radio on YouTube, or if you're not listening to them on their podcast, then you're uninformed. Because we do a lot of the biker stuff as far as clubs, what's going on in the news for us. But Popeye and OG over at Texas Biker Radio, they're all over this. They're all over what's going on in this country. So if you're not watching them, you're ill-informed as well. Because if you'd rather get your perspectives from some paid hack contributors on these news stations, I don't know what to tell you, man. We're everyday, hardworking Americans trying to put the news out for you, to try to translate some of the BS they put out. So give them the support. Give Texas Biker Radio your support. Get their subscriber count up because, you know, they have worked so damn hard since everything going down in Waco. Twin Peaks, that was a hard deal down there, and they were with it every step of the way. They were organizing. They were out reporting on it. Here's one thing for you guys. You do not have to work for a multi-million-dollar conglomerate news agency to be a reporter. No, it's what's called an independent. That's one of the main reasons why in the introduction you'll see the independent pop up behind the Insane Throttle. The independent reporters are what started this country. It wasn't CNN or any of them. No, it was regular people that went out there, exposed the truth, exposed the corruption, and kept their community informed. That's what I'm here for. That's what Texas Biker Radio's here for, is to let you know what is happening. I got the one end. I cover this kind of biker news, and he covers over there with Popeye and OG cover what's going on in this country politically, as well as what affects us with, our rights. I think what I'm asking is for those that are truly hurting to stand up and say enough's enough. And I think every one of us fall into that group as ones that are hurting right now. You can't keep businesses locked down, and there's been a study that just came out today that says, well, there's no proof at all whatsoever that these lockdowns are actually helping this country. It doesn't stop the spread. They did the study between the states that have the lockdown and the states that don't, and they're equal. So if these lockdowns are supposed to be helping so much, then why are the numbers the same? In the meantime, our bars, our restaurants, at least I know around here in Illinois, are dying. Families that put their entire life savings up on a gamble to make a better life for themselves are broke. And then they have the representatives turn around. And I hope the president vetoes the shit out of this one. If he don't, I'll lose respect for him too. He should know better. But they turn around and think that the representatives are going to help them. They only care about you every 2 and 6 years. That's the only time they care about you. That's why I always ask the black community, why do you keep on voting Democrat? And I've never once got a straight answer on that. Because they were the party of slavery. They were the party of Jim Crow. They don't care about you. Go look at the south and west side of Chicago. Tell me if they care about you. They've held the freaking Chicago machine has held that city for over 100 years. So how long is it going to take to help you? Again, keep voting for them. You got to keep dealing with what you get. Because until you smarten up and get rid of them, you're going to live like that. Straight up. I don't know, man. I don't know. As far as that vaccine's concerned, yeah, I'm a big ass no on that one now. It's just too quick. And I want to see if there's going to be vampires jumping all over the damn place. It's funny, the guy down in South America said, yeah, if there's no alligators or something coming out of that, I might take it. Nobody knows where this is going, and they passed it where you can't even sue them if something happens. Tell me where Congress's interest is. It's in the big donors, man, from these companies. They don't care about you. Because if they did, if they truly cared, they wouldn't have passed legal liability laws, where if something happens to you during this COVID-19 vaccine, that you can't sue the makers. How convenient. What's that tell you when they're coming out that soon saying, well, you can't sue them? That's telling me they're not really confident in this vaccine. And it's funny, these people going around saying they got the vaccine, 2 of the videos shown it already. There wasn't nothing in the needle. Remember that. So, again, this was episode, let me see what we got here, 441. Tomorrow, 442, where we go back and talk about a lot of stuff. I got a real wicked email here talking about gangster bikers and stuff. Also, we got more of the news coming out of NCOM, their letters and stuff like that. A lot of stuff coming up tomorrow, a lot of stuff going on in the scene, but I really do appreciate you guys listening into the rant and stuff, but I just thought you guys needed to be informed. Hopefully you guys are doing research on your own, but I know many don't, man. I know many don't, so that's why I brought it on today, and hopefully you guys got something out of that. But until the next time, don't forget to go watch me over at Hollywood and Chinatown show on I'm Married to a Biker's YouTube, and then, of course, you got iTunes and all that stuff you hear us on. But until then, I'll talk to you later, guys.
I said goodbye, vamoose, adios, ciao, so long, get your hat jack.